Hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to be putting on some headlight tint. You could also put it on your tail lights. But this is from VViViD and it's a light smoke, which is probably going to be like a 35%. If you were comparing it to like a window tint, it'd be like a 35%, which is pretty light, which is what you want for your headlights. You don't want your headlights to be dark because you won't be able to see at nighttime. And I've tried that before, so I know all about it. So we're just gonna get right to it. This one has like a hex kind of pattern to it. You can kind of see it. It looks really light, which is what I want because, again, you don't want your headlights to have dark film around them or you won't be able to see. So first thing we gotta do is, well, make sure you have all your tools. So I have a couple of squeegees that I have laying around from when I vinyl wrap. Got the felt tip. So this one's kind of like a soft one or a medium one. This one's a hard one. So I also have what's called a chiseler, which I'm going to use to kind of tuck in if I can't fit the squeegee in certain spots. So of course you want to make sure that your headlights are clean. So do whatever you got to do to get your headlights clean. You know, a lot of times people don't really clean their headlights like that, and you end up with like dried up bird crap and bugs and all that other crap that end up on your headlights. So as you can see, my headlights are pretty clean. I cleaned them the best I could. I used a plastic scraper knife, and I put some, you know, soap and water and just went across. And then I used a microfiber towel. Clean it up as best as you can. Sometimes stuff gets really embedded in the headlights and there's no way to get it out except probably to, like, you know, refinish them with like sandpaper. We're not doing all that. So what we do next is we just probably going to need a heat gun too. It depends on how curvy your headlights are. I'll probably need to put a little bit of heat coming around this corner, but this part is pretty flat. And of course it goes along the top here. But I'm gonna pop the hood. It's probably the best bet so I can really kind of get in there. So I'm gonna pop the hood really quick. And let's see. Pop the hood, because there is some, I think there is like a rubber. All right, so there you go. So pop the hood. That'll make it a lot easier to get around this edge. This right here, unfortunately, is a part of the headlight. So you know, just do what you got to do. You're going to get this rubber piece a little bit out the way there. Just peel it back a little. And just pop this out. Pop that out of there. All right. Just fold it underneath itself here. All right, so get that rubber piece out of the way. So now we kind of have a little bit better coverage there. So I'm gonna just measure it out really quick across the headlight. So there's a lot of extra film here that you're not gonna need. You know, just make sure you have enough coverage for all the sides. All right, so we're gonna cut it like right here, poke it through. All right, so we got that cut. So now we just, we could probably trim it up a little bit more just so that we don't have a lot of excess. So with this film, you don't need any water or anything to apply it. What I do hate is that it kind of rolls on itself. So just make sure you got plenty to go on here. So as you can see, we're definitely going to need the curve, hit that curve right there. But what we do first is just put it on the flat side. So that's what I'm going to do. So try to get it down there as best as you can and around the bottom like that. Kind of just seal it off. You can use your fingers or whatever you want to do. I really don't, you know, the thing about some of these films is that they're so thick that they kind of roll over each other, and it's very annoying. Alrighty. Very, very annoying. And it rolls over itself and all this other crap. So we just want to make sure we got coverage all the way around the headlight. That's all. We're good right there. I'm sweating because I just came from, I actually just came from running. So kind of sweating still, and it kind of sucks. But anyway, so we're just gonna lift that. And it doesn't matter if you use a soft squeegee or a hard one. So we're just gonna lay that down because we're cool with that right there. Right. Just lay that down. Right. Alrighty. Pretty much got it how we want it. So remember, this isn't window tint film, it's vinyl. It doesn't really have good air regress, I'll be honest. Not at all. I'm not impressed by the air regress at all on this, but I'm gonna work with what we got here. It's not, the air regress is terrible on this actually. So of course this is the corner right here. So what we're gonna have to do is try to get it as far, you see where the finger starts right there? That's where the corner starts. So what we gotta do is apply some heat there and take it from there. Sweating like crazy. Okay, we got our heat gun and we're gonna heat that up a little bit. We're just gonna pull this and then try to get it stretched across like that. Heat it up a little bit. Don't need to go too crazy. And then we're gonna go up like that. Oops. Go just like that. And lay it down. See? It's not too bad, isn't it? Is it, guys? So probably gonna have to hit it again. Got it. We got it where we kind of want it. Right here. Problem is there's like a lot of excess, so we got to kind of trim some of that off. But other than that, it's looking kind of good. There's a little bit of creasing going on here, so what we got to do is kind of do like a little relief cut in certain spots, but it's not necessary all the time. So we lay it across the top there. All right. So what we can do is just hit it with some more heat right here. And it doesn't have to be a lot of heat either, just enough. Sweating like crazy. All right, so I'm just gonna spray this a little bit before I'm gonna spray it with some of this lubricant before I squeegee it down. I just like to have a kind of smooth surface to squeegee. All right, so we got the top, the bottom. We're good. Tuck that underneath. Don't even need to trim the bottom because we pretty much cut it pretty good. So the bottom edge is good. Alrighty, so if we want to get this section right here flat, just heat it up a little bit and then just lay it flat like that. Oh no. Alrighty. So now we got it flat across there. Got it flat on the sides. We're gonna tuck at the end, of course. But so we got it flat across the top like that. So we're good, as you can see. Next we gotta do that side over there. I'm gonna trim up some of that excess. All right, trimmed it up a little bit. So this film's actually not too bad. Not that bad. Not too bad. All right, so I'm gonna tuck this. Try to tuck it in there a little bit as best as we can. Out like a really small amount when you're cutting. So when you hit this corner, you just stab it and then go around the corner like so. Alrighty. Now we just seal these edges up. With something, if I can fit whatever I can fit in here to actually tuck it. So you just tuck it in there like so. So just hit the edge like that, and we're good right there. This part right here has to lay it down. I'm not sure why it's not laying flat, but we're gonna lay it flat. Alrighty, let's get this flat. Nice. All right, so now we're just gonna lay this final section down over here. As you can see, there's a nice relief cut right there. So we're just gonna lay this down like normal, like we did over here. Lay all this down, trim it up, and that's it. All right, guys, so there you have it. It's almost perfect. Not that great. The problem is this doesn't really have good like air regress, which means the ability for the film to kind of get rid of the air underneath. And so on the edges, sometimes it's a little bit hard, but right here, maybe a little crease. And then this part right here, you're not gonna see, so it doesn't really matter. The hood's gonna be over it, but it's pretty smooth for the most part. I could always just trim that piece off if I cared that much, but I don't. So let's turn on the headlight really quick and see how it looks with the headlights on. All right, there you go. So looking at the light output, not sure if it's going to be a lot worse, or can't really tell right now because it's daytime, but we'll see. So yeah, a couple tips, guys. Just you know, whenever you have a curve, when you first start applying your film, you always want to do the flat part first, because that's going to be the easiest part to lay down. And once you get to the curve, you're going to have to use heat. And when you're doing the curve, you want to pull it from the corners, right? You want to pull it up and back, not like that, because the wrinkles, you want all the wrinkles to kind of go up towards the top, so that you can just, you know, stretch it out that way and then get rid of the excess. So if you try to stretch it down, it's not going to work. You got to stretch the way the curve goes. So the curve goes up and back. So you want to stretch up and back, okay, to the corner. And then you'll get it nice. And basically, that's it. Just trim it up, take your time, make sure there's no air bubbles, and we're good to go. Let's take a look at it outside when both the headlights are done. All right, guys, there you go. Looks pretty cool. What do you think?